Yep. Got him hung upside down by his toes.
You got him while he was nomming on the fence post. Just gumming at it.
Wood is not edible. You are not a termite.
Wood? Wood? This is mushroom. What are you talking about?
I got no teeth. You ain't gonna make a dent in it. But at least you're still trying.
It feels good on gums.
Yeah, we gotta get you to a settlement so we can get you some teeth.
Can you put me down so I can...
What am I gonna do?
Can you put me down?
Oh no, no, you're gonna stay right there. I still don't trust you.
What knobs do?
Knobs unknown entity.
You unknown entity. Knobs like you.
Don't know why. Honestly,
Because you help from fire.
there are nicer people in this group than me.
You follow me. You follow me. You could
See,
walk away. You could walk away and yet you still stay by me.
because this is my home, small fry.
You live in Castle? He looks around at the manor in Grackelstag.
Oh, never mind the place.
You live here?
Friend lives here.
So I no trust knobs.
Because Knobs is unknown entity to me.
Knobs did nothing wrong.
It don't matter if you nothing wrong, Knobs. To me, you're an unknown entity. Therefore, I have a right to not trust you.
Yet you
Just as the
follow
same as you
around.
have a right to not. Don't make you eat special marble.
You could take footsies and walk away. But no, you choose mess with knobs.
Because messing with Knobs is fun.
Well, their answer. Put down,
I mean, I follow you.
stalker.
Whoa, who's the one that came knocking on my door, asking to come
Catch
in?
fire! Everything on fire!
You're fireproof, you little turd nugget.
Zistant. Fire zistant. Not fireproof.
You could have still. And anyways, how did you see my doorway? I didn't give you permission.
I was knocking on all walls.
Mm-hmm.
Knocking on all walls. Just found door.
Yeah. Okay. See, reason why I don't trust you.
Fire resistant, not fireproof.
You could have still stayed out there and not gotten barbecued.
You know what resistant means.
Yes, I know what resistance means, not existent. Resistant.
Resistant.
You keep saying existent.
Because that how speak.
Wild critters.
Why no leave be?
Because I enjoy pestering you. And hanging you from the ceiling like a pendulum as I push him back and forth
What
is
pendulum?
fun. What you're doing right now.
Let go?
You're swinging back and forth.
Please let go?
I don't have you in anything other than some rope. You have claws cut.
Claws by sides.
I didn't tie your arm. You're not. Well, you a mushroom.
He tries wriggling free. Big people, weird.
Tiny ears.
Big people, weird. Big people hang knobs upside down.
No, just this.
He wriggles himself free and goes back to gumming on the fence post.
So is that so hard to do?
He sticks his tongue out at you and goes back to nibbling on the fence post. Feels good. Feels good on gum. Soft and squishy. Massage. Owie.
You still didn't tell me how you lost your teeth.
Yes, did.
No, didn't.
Yes, did. Rock go numb. Friend switch bread with rock as knob go
And
eat.
you didn't notice Rock was not bread?
Knob didn't eat for days. Knob were hungry.
Still. Even the starving animal takes a look before it eats.
Bite hard to lose teeth. That how hungry Knob is.
Oh, okay, Knobs. You go back on your fence post. If that's what makes your little heart content, you
Feels
do
good
that.
on gum.
I don't care if it feels good going up your bum. Just do what you want to do there, and I'm going away.
Horny leave Knob alone.
I don't have any bones. And what's inside of me?
Knob points to his head. Horny.
Oh, you want to die, don't you?
You have horn, me have horn. Why mad?
Because you just said you wanted to eat my flippin' horn.
No! Knob
I will
said,
dunk you in
Horny, leave
dragon
Knob
ass.
alone. Horny, leave Knob
You,
alone.
we gotta use some elocution lessons. That means it'll teach you how to speak.
Bye-bye.
That's what I thought there, little one.
Meanie.
Jackass.
Call me jackass. You hang me upside down.
Yes, it's called being cruel, vicious, mean, and rotten. doesn't make me a jackass.
Oh, so you are.
I'm not a jackass. I'm just mean.
Bye bye. And he goes back to chewing
Bye,
on the
little
fence
thing.
post.
And I walk away.
You gonna do anything else?
I think for me, I'm gonna head back to the smithies.
Okay, so you're gonna anything in particular at the smithy?
Not quite yet. He'll figure it out when he gets there, but he is taking his mobile home with him.
Nob doesn't care.
So if there's, I don't care if Knob cares or not. If anybody's inside, they're not gonna like what's gonna happen.
Nobody's inside right now.
Okay, I give command word my lovable metal hand grenade. Turns back down, and I put it in my pipe.
Okay.
And I walk to the I whistle, and Guinevere comes to me. I hand the sail, and we depart. Bye, knobs.
Flips you off.
See, he learned.
Okay, so
And that will end.
okay, so next will be Cody. All right, so considering that we right now there's a meeting going on with Cardrick and the king, and the fact that he just died. Do we want to have have Cardrick and Keithan's turns at the same time?
That's what you want to do, yeah, I don't care.
But what I mean by the turtle desperately wants hugs is he's right now at the corner of his tank trying to get to me. Alright, so you're right now at a meeting with the officials that even Nyx is not allowed in.
It's kind of funny.
Asha and Jorlin are in the meeting. So is because they gotta figure out how to proceed this further.
Okay then.
The Deep King is with you, and they're trying to figure out how to progress.
Okay.
So the king says, so let me get this straight. You died. Is that what I'm getting out of it? And you are now alive?
Yes.
Okay. So
Right.
what about the rest of your group? What is the rest of your group gonna do about this?
Well, preferably I would like to have them continuing to move forward. We do have an end goal after all, and me being held back, I would prefer not to delay it any further.
Are you gonna be staying here?
We'll be staying here and working on living again.
I can imagine. According to Nyx, you actually stopped breathing a couple of times and then suddenly almost like a panic, started breathing again.
When you haven't had to breathe within the past 5 or so years at minimum, yeah, you kind of forget that kind of stuff.
Well, you are more than welcome to stay here. Don't know why I have Ash and Jorlin right there.
The king's token.
He has like I said, he has a glorious beard.
Oh, his beard is very fun. I was more so just referring to his entire portrait as just so good.
Well, you are more than welcome to stay here. If there's anything you need...
Oh, Ben's here finally. Just for currently, somebody who would assist me with learning the day-to-day routine would probably be good.
Well,
beyond that,
we can definitely do that for you.
Beyond that, I just want to make sure that the group gets ready to go and continues on with the journey that job plan that we had put in place in the first place. So, making sure that they get doing what they need to be would be good too.
That is something we'll gladly help with. Gotta move. Due to the breakup, I gotta move Brick out of Ben's thing. My ship sank.
The ship has sank. The ship has sank.
There we go. Well, we can gladly. You would need a new group leader, like somebody to guide your group.
Yeah, that's kind of the difficult part, picking out of them.
Well, who do you trust the most?
I suppose, though not the best option, Meep. On a second hand, Nyx. I love Meep giggling in the chat.
In the meantime, they're all ignoring Orym.
Carter's busy.
They hear him. They all hear him. They're just like, don't look at him, don't look at him, don't look at him, don't look at him. But yes, so they're just... So what you could do is have assigned co-leaders. Because definitely from our experience with Meep, is she's definitely a morale booster.
Yes. You asked who I trusted the most, not who I thought would be best for the position.
Yes, she's definitely a morale booster, but given the fact that, you know, we're planning on overthrowing the Drow matriarchy, probably best bet for, like, military-wise, Nyx.
Yes, Nyx. Possibly O'Brien there, the tiefling. Oh, I'm not sure I can particularly say I trust him exceptionally.
Asha points out the window. I personally would not trust him, considering what he's doing to that emaciated kobold who is, if you breathe on him, could break. She points her thumb out Asha points her thumb out of the window.
He's intelligent and definitely good in a fight. However, again, not sure I would trust him. I
personally would not trust him, considering he keeps hog-tying that poor kobold. That looks like if you breathe on him, he'll break apart. Which is odd coming from me, because poor kobold is a phrase that I've never said in my life.
Congratulations, you're being turned. Maybe by the end of all this, you'll have some heart in that empty chest.
She glares at him, sticks up a finger like she's about to say something, and then lowers it with a look of remembrance. And puts her hands...
Oh, yeah, he kill me.
And puts her hands very politely on her lap without saying anything.
The stuff that Carter has instilled.
Freaking put the woman through PTSD.
Hey, she had the chance to back down.
She chose not to.
Mm-hmm. He gave her way more chances than he should have gotten. Anyways.
So probably for morale, have Meep. This is why'd I do this to myself? Hold on.
Know who I don't see here?
Whom?
A lady who I had originally spoken to when we got into the city. Who was...
Oh yeah, I forgot to put her in the crowd. You know, I'm just gonna choose a random, just gonna choose this is gonna represent her, okay? Because she actually does not have anything involving an NPC thing. Well,
okay.
So, like, she is literally just something that, one off, goodbye. Like,
Carter keeps bringing her back in.
So I'm gonna say she's there. Does anyone else hear something?
That might be me trying to get the popcorn kernels out from under my teeth.
That was the character saying it.
Oh. Sorry, I thought you heard me swish.
Drithryth, that's his name. Drithryth states, so probably have Meep as morale and Nyx as, like, a military leader.
That would probably be the best. However, getting who to listen to who is another story. I believe Nyx would be the one to continue pushing the group in the proper direction for what we decide. A rust moth.
More than likely. Is that all you wish to discuss?
I think we've managed all the major points. The next points from here would be who is going with the group. As we know, I have gathered quite a many people, and I'm not certain how many of them would be willing to follow someone else.
Well, you've been traveling with Nyx for how long?
Good question.
I'm pretty certain they probably have some form of trust in her.
I can see some people following fine, but those of the Gnolls, the Grimlocks, the Deathhound, the ones that generally confide to me.
Well, maybe you should tell them.
Say that again?
Maybe you should tell them that their assistance is required to travel with the group still. I mean, you keep some of them as guards so that way they don't feel like they're being abandoned.
Honestly, for the sake of planning for the future, I believe it would more likely be a better decision to have the majority of them stay here and work to cooperate more effectively with the larger force as opposed to the smaller unit.
Okay. And as for your slave, Ariana, and her Earth Elemental?
Carter, right, I own her. Carter, right, I own her.
You technically bought her to save her from execution.
Carter was... I remember that, but she's been such a fucking background character. She's one of the ones I've literally just been leaving at the mansion because they're so big, they take up so much space.
Yeah. Are you gonna keep her with you like a good slave should be, or are you gonna send
It
her
would
off
probably
with the group?
be best to keep her nearby as well. Much the same as with the Grimlocks and the rest of them, it would probably be better to have them operating to cooperate effectively with a larger force.
And who will you be sending with the group?
Well, unless anybody in the group has any particular desires for any of them to be going with them, my plan was to just let the smaller group go forward with what needs to be done that can be handled by a small group of 5 to 7.
So the group themselves minus minus your allies.
I'm sure Globagul wouldn't mind going with them. He has a much easier time talking to Nyx.
Oh yeah, you guys have them at perma-shrink.
I'll let Asha decide if she wants to stay here with me or go with Nyx to assist with that.
Asha shakes her head. I'm staying with you. I think Miss Theranith would be more than likely going to kill me as soon as she gets the chance. I think the only reason why she has not killed me thus far is because you were around and you needed me.
Cardrickus has so many cards to play. Well, beyond that, then, I believe it should probably be left up to the group. I know they have their own. O'Brien has his cave bear. Globagul would probably prefer to go with Nyx.
Jorlin speaks up. And to avoid this, to get away from this bitch, who wish Asha gets an offended look, I am traveling with Miss Theranith because she deserves the protection. Not that she needs.
That's fine with me. That's fine with me.
And honestly, I would not hold it against you if you were to kill Asha while we're gone. Again, Asha
again? You mean
Asha,
again?
in the meantime, Asha gets an offended look. Looks like she's about to do something or say something, but then she decides against it.
Cardrix just sitting there. Well, if she's well understanding of her position, she might actually have a spot of some degree in the future. However, after our last encounter, she has been very well to throw that into the dirt. So, we'll see if she can make up for it.
Alright. And if she wrongs you, just throw her body in the water.
I suppose at the end of the day, poisoning the water supply for the main city might not be a bad idea if all else fails.
I knew I liked you.
Cartridge. Anyways, yes, I believe that would conclude the discussions, unless there's anything anybody else feels the need to bring to attention.
Could you, Drithrath looks at Cardric. Could you please get your tiefling friend to leave that poor kobold alone? He seems to be practically glued to the kobold's side and just keeps tormenting the poor thing. If you don't like it, leave it alone.
I'll see what I can figure out. I don't know why it came to us outside of Firebad. I don't know why it stayed with us for so long. Probably because it likes meat.
More than likely.
Anyways. We'll figure out what to do about that in time. Whoa! Just explode. fast. Anyways.
All
I
right.
believe that would conclude this meeting. No chat.
So is that all that we need to discuss?
Unless anybody has anything
You just twanged like a
else to
banjo.
address, I believe that is pretty much the end of that discussion. More can be discussed at a later time, such as general training regimens to prepare.
Well, yeah, that's all we have to discuss. So, shall we let whatever is knocking at the door?
Yes, I suppose at this point our meeting has concluded.
Drithwith looks at Asha. Open the door. Who looks at him, glares at him, but opens the door. So.
Although Asha has been once again put in a position where she's like someone's bitch.
Yep. The Drithwith speaks up. And who might you be? You've been knocking at the door the entire meeting. Hello? Are you just gonna stand there in silence staring at me? I guess he is.
Austin, you there?
Spent so long big talking at the door that when the doors finally open, he's just speechless.
Oh my god, the door actually opened. Yeah, I know that feeling.
And Asha is the one who opened the door.
Closes the door.
Alright, let's close the door. In so much
Austin's
shock.
hold on.
You are in the chat now, Austin. Oh.
How is Mike being stupid?
I mean, I do like to think of it as in the funny way of. Oop, I guess he's gonna get that fixed. I do like to think of it in the funny way of they opened the door and he went speechless.
Holy shit, the door actually opened.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah.
But I do
Can you
like
hear me now?
like I said, Austin, I like to think of the fact that you were spent so long banging on the door during the entire meeting that when somebody finally opens the door, you're like, what?
No, I have another thing planned. Let me pull up the creature that I wanted to use for an
But yes,
insult.
they open the door and
I don't know, I didn't think it'd get this far.
Drithwith actually asks you, you've been banging at the door for a while. Who might you be?
Put his hand up to him for 1 second and go and turn around and hold the door. Next time you want to keep me out of this room, I'll turn you into a gloom balloon and you into a carrion rat. And slams the door. I'm sorry about that. They are very rude.
As he was shutting the door, the guard said, "The door was not even locked."
The door was just there.
The door, like as he's shutting the doors, the guards are just like, the door was not even locked, and we weren't keeping him outside the door. He could have just turned the doorknob.
They're just telling him he shouldn't go in.
There's an important meeting right now. Just wait until the meeting's done. He could have just, and they weren't even actually stopping him. He could have just torn the doorknob.
Anyways, I I was told that there was a meeting going on, and my advice would like to be no. Why is there a teddy bear sitting in the chair?
That's not a
There's no
teddy.
teddy bear.
There's no teddy bear.
It's just Draugr.
I thought he
An
was still a teddy bear.
unfamiliar.
That's why I
No,
was
he got
okay.
resurrected, but unfortunately for the resurrection spell, you can only bring them back into a flesh and blood form.
So, technically, Cardrick's teddy bear died, and he got resurrected in his original form before he became a teddy bear.
So he's a Draugr?
Yep.
Yes, he is a Draugr.
And of course, after you came in, there were a couple of times where he forgot to breathe. And would suddenly just gasp.
Only monster.
What was that, Cody? You're
Twice.
twanging.
I'm working on
But
it.
they were
That's to
still
the Draugr King.
Still stand by.
I'm just...
So at this point you just see everything in this room just looks perfectly normal for the Underdark, except for the fact that there are 3 drow having a meeting with 3 Draugr, which honestly, which in the Underdark is a bit of an odd thing.
I mean, to be fair, of course, before it would have been 2 Draugr, 3 drow, and a teddy bear, which would have been even more bizarre.
As I was trying to state before, I heard that there was a meeting going on here, and I was not invited for my advice, which is slightly rude. And he kind of looked over at the Draugr King.
None of us. The king speaks up. You realize I recognize you from years upon years upon years ago. But you realize none of us had any clue that you were in this city.
Did nobody decide to write me? Like nobody? Where do all the couriers go? I sent multiple couriers here.
Every single one of our couriers that we sent out to you got attacked by Chasm. They are now nothing more than empty husk minus the juices.
What happened to my ravens?
Haven't seen
Did
them.
I just send them back?
We haven't received them.
I swear.
None of them have even shown up.
I swear, these familiars get worse and worse by the week.
Underdark is an incredibly inhospitable place. Cardrick is on the road to changing that to some degree.
Well, now that I'm here, does anybody need my advice, or did I just walk here for no fucking reason?
Our comrade here, they point to the random drow that I'm pretty sure you don't the random Draugr that I'm pretty sure you don't recognize at all. Our friend here has recently been resurrected and is relearning how to breathe and eat and anything that involves actually living. And their group is about to head out, and they need new leaders, and the 2 options are Nyx Theranith. I'm pretty sure you've heard of her by now because of her mad mother in all those wanted posters. And Meep, a kobold with, and the king speaks up, with a big luscious booty.
Yes, so the child and the other child.
You need to be a little more respectful because their end goal is to overthrow the Drow matriarchy.
Yes, I understand that, but you're putting either the Cobalt child or the Drow child in charge of an entire army.
Okay, out of character. How old is your character again, Austin?
Physically he looks in his 30s, but chronologically he is like nearly like 1,000. He's been keeping himself alive through like dragon blood, like wolf sacrifices and other stuff like that in the Underdark.
Isn't he half drow anyway?
He is half orc.
Half orc, half. I like I said, I still don't know the other half because I can't put it in.
Pick one.
Just pick one, and also I gotta make sure that you actually got the age correctly because I don't think half orcs actually age like most immortal species.
Normal orcs age like
I would say based on the language I took, he would probably be half elf.
Okay, they rarely live 75 years. So the half orcs rarely live 75 years. To incorporate the elf, which half elves also have a smaller lifespan than their brethren. They do not live. Half elves typically don't live beyond 180.
Well, no, that's why I was saying, like the blood sacrifice and stuff like that. He's been basically because of his bloodline. He's been basically rejuvenating himself with blood sacrifices of dragon whelps and stuff.
Okay. So, for moderation's sake, we're going to say that you're roughly the same age as Nyx, but you obviously look older.
I understand.
So it's like, you realize that Miss Theranith is your age, right?
He's still like tall people, children.
Miss Theranith is the same age as you. You realize that, right?
Of course, but I mean, do they know as much as I do?
She has lived in the surface. She was an acolyte to her mother, which is a drow priestess.
I lived on the surface. I am a ancestor of a brush dragon.
She is also, the thing is, she also is from the Underdark and was an acolyte of Loth, so she knows everything Loth knows.
I've lived in the Underdark most of my life, and last I checked,
That
she wasn't a
doesn't change the fact that she knows everything, due to her training, knows everything that a god knows.
With all due respect, though, do we really want to put her and or the Cobalt in charge? Really?
So morale-wise, morale-wise, the Kobold would be best because this is a very dark and dreary place.
Yes, but logically.
Logically, honestly, I think that Miss Theranith would be best bet because she has experience with the armies of the Underdark.
Yes, but also morale is they both have good sides, but they both don't fit into the good perspectives.
She's also, Miss Nyx is also the only one who is most aware of the plans we had made for moving forwards.
Is there anybody else available?
There is the tiefling who is
No. Let's stop it right there. No.
He doesn't seem like a bad guy. It's just he just likes to torment that poor red kobold.
Exactly. No.
Malicious in general.
No, we don't need somebody who likes tormenting stuff in charge of an entire army. Let's just put it that way.
There is also a gnome.
No.
There's a surface-dwelling gnome.
You just see Orgrim just kind of look at the Durgar who just said no, and just like, do I need to say anything else?
Cardrick, the gnome, no. As much as he's definitely has his uses, the leader is not where he belongs.
But the gnome has actually proven quite useful with building contraptions because we are able to improve our technology in the Underdark through his inventions. Well,
then put him in charge of construction. Don't put him in charge of the army.
You asked if there's any other options. I gave the other options.
So you gave a psychopath, a gnome, and two children.
Somebody who's sadistic isn't that uncommon in the Underdark, but
Touche.
isn't that right, Asha?
Asha glares at Cardrick and then lowers her. Yeah, you notice this. You don't even need a perception, Orem. You don't even need a perception. You notice this. This drow priestess keeps going to backtalk this specific Durgar, but then falls silent.
You can just feel the aura.
He'll kind of look over at him. You gotta teach me how to do that.
Say what?
You gotta teach me how to do that.
Drithryth speaks up. All you need to do is just blow up her head, and Asha's face darkens. She goes from gray to black. Like, that's how much her face darkens. And he's like,
I can do that, no issue.
Yeah, because what happened was our friend over here, his name's Cardrick, Lead Knuckle, he literally blew her mind, and Asha gets up and storms out. She just storms out, like, I am done here.
He'll kind of walk next to the door. Don't worry, I'll just fry your brain or burn you alive next time you fuck up.
That wasn't even Cardrick.
In the meantime,
that wasn't even Cardrick.
Jorlin burst out laughing. And actually raises his hand to high five the Draugr that name was stated as Cardrick, raises his hand to high five Cardrick.
Okay. Cardrick just, yes, question mark.
I knew I liked you from the very get-go.
If you've been paying attention, she's been under my thumb pretty much since the beginning anyway.
Oh, I know. I've been watching you freaking manipulate her. It's very, very entertaining. At the same time, I also liked the part when her head blew up.
I don't even think he was technically there for that. He just
he
went,
was
oh my God.
he was in there, but he didn't do anything or say anything because he actually was like, "Oh, good, about damn time." Okay, I did not catch what you just said.
Well, if we don't really have a really good decision, why don't we technically have two leaders?
That was part of the plan anyways. Honestly, everybody to some degree is probably going to be taking their turns in some variety of situation that others are not ready for.
So a democracy. And you kind of see him like go to hurl a little bit, but he stopped it.
Not really.
Drithrick speaks up. Essentially, in the meantime, the king is like, "What's a democracy?"
You kind of see him go to hurl again. Please, let's not use that word.
More of a conglomerate.
Better. I don't feel the urge to violently hurl at that word.
Much like many.
But yeah, for the most part, I would say the primary leaders. Drithryth speaks up. I think the primary leaders should be Miss Theranith and Meet the Kobold, because we have one who has military experience as well as socioeconomic experience and knowledge of the beings of the Underdark because native born,
as well as the general plan for moving forward.
And then the other as basically morale.
Well, I would say in that regard as well, they would need somebody to help them push in the right direction. Maybe that could be somebody in this room.
Okay, I'll be honest here. This is Drithryth speaking. I'll be honest here. You just showed up. Our envoys have not been able to communicate with each other. I think what you helping be the leader should wait until you have better knowledge of the plan.
And the group as a whole.
Because you need to understand the dynamic and how everybody in the group works.
Well, considering how she's afraid, and there's a gentleman here that I've never seen before, I think I kind of understand the plan. We're going to burn down the oligarchy.
Not necessarily. That's a very, very simplistic version.
Nix pops up behind him. Our plan is to recruit as many people in the Underdark as possible through diplomacy, and sometimes by force. She glances over at the king.
Hey, to be fair, his was diplomacy after farce.
I'm guessing that's Kardrik's response to her?
Yeah, pretty much. Hey,
then we are going to overthrow my mother and her armies. But first, we need to make sure that we have as many people as recruited as possible and build an army as much. So far, we have almost 5,100.
So again, throw over.
Well, 50,100.
I think I understand it.
Yes, but it's a little bit more than that.
I understand the plan. I understand the plan.
At the same time, we also need to understand each of the group's members' strengths and weaknesses and how they are able to do things to make sure we can work together and utilize each other's strengths to block out our weaknesses.
Oh, miss. You don't need to worry about my weaknesses. You kind of see that he doesn't exactly have a lot of muscle. He is not muscle.
So, are we gonna say Keithan's like approaching the area? Because we're gonna jump over because we are trying to do the Kardrik conversation, the meeting, while characters are approaching. So, are we gonna have is Keithan approaching now seeing the city bizarrely friendly?
She was probably aware of that on her way through.
And is she approaching the rather busy-looking manor?
Yes, as that is where her goal lies.
Because, that's like moths to the flames. I'm sorry, baby. I'm not gonna snuggle you right now. Oh my
she knows what her
gosh.
goal is.
My turtle wants snuggles.
I'm sorry.
Hi, baby. Here, I'm gonna move this out of the way so you can have a better view of me. I have never had such an affectionate turtle in my life. So she's approaching. She now sees a tiefling slinking nearby, a red kobold gumming on the fence post, as well as a bunch of other creatures.
She just hates chromatics.
The red kobold seems like an absolute sweetheart.
She's just watching it chew on the fence. First thought, that's about what I would expect from something of that coloration.
Okay, so yeah, you see it going nom 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 nom.
She's going to just ignore that and go to the mansion as where she needs to be.
I'm gonna move him to the audience. Because as they're having the discussion, so Keithan is gonna, In the meantime, does she just wander through the manor? Because it seems like at the same time, even though you heard that Gracklestug is a very hostile area, for some odd reason, this seems very friendly, warm, and open. If you've ever been to the surface, almost like a pretty decent surface city.
She is probably well aware of the condition of the city.
Yeah, it's rather docile.
This is the reason she has absolutely no concerns going in. Yeah, she's going to probably agitate one of the, Anybody? Pardon me, I seek an audience with a Miss Nix.
She's
talking.
Probably one of the maids. She is right now at a meeting. She actually just entered a meeting with the king, Lord Drithryth. I'm gonna call him frickin' Dry, okay? Drithryth is... I don't know why I did this to myself when I was giving him a name. In case you guys forgot, his name is Drithryth Fine-Klauber. Klauber. So I'm just gonna call him Dry. She's right now in a meeting with Lord Dry. And a few others. You want me to lead you to them?
Please, lead the way. I have much to discuss.
Alright, so she leads him to the meeting where Nyx is right now talking, and there is a half-orc with the point... I'm gonna just assume that he probably has the elf ears.
Half elf ears are those little kind of slighted, pointed, but not really.
In the meantime, orc ears are pointed, so I'm gonna say it is like slightly I'm Austin, I'm gonna assume that you have like maybe slightly pointier ears than a normal half orc. Nyx turns around. Hey, look, a fellow purple.
Yes.
What brings you here?
They're more cut. Okay, they're cut to look more orcish. Okay. They're the obviously mutilated ears. I've been sent as an envoy of my family, seeking for the power shift in the Underdark. And hearing information that you have returned, we wish to see that current head cut and replaced.
Anyone standing against my mother is an ally of mine.
That is what we were hoping for. So I will be assisting, or I have been sent to assist, I suppose, I should say, with moving plans forward for whatever it is you need me to help with.
Well, our first priority is making sure we have the group together. And make sure everything's functioning perfectly. But for now, we really don't have much going on.
If I may, I would like to request a place to rest for a short time while I wait for word that we will be moving.
Well, there are plenty of rooms here, so you can be wherever.
How tall is your orc, Austin? From one of the shortest characters in group, I think, to one of the tallest. You unfortunately, I still think that's funny. 6'3". I am an inch shorter than you, goddammit. That's funny. Okay.
Nyx is like 4'8". You are now officially the tallest one in the group, Austin.
Anyways, yes.
The Magick Brigade has one tall person.
2. Technically 2. It's no longer the midget. It's not longer, yeah.
Well, I'm gonna say title-wise, you guys are still the Magick Brigade.
I was gonna say, the larger majority is still short.
You're still the Midget Brigade. I have decreed it as the DM.
That the name can stay. But yes, as she has said her piece and effectively had it accepted rather briskly, she is going to go find. She is going to go request somebody to bring her to a room.
The maid is going to bring her to the room.
I mean, if we're going by the logic we've been going by, the shortest person is supposed to lead us. As Cardrick has been the leader until now.
Yeah.
Which would put Meep in charge again.
Oh right, yeah. Meep is now the shortest person in the group.
I think by a very, very small margin, but yes. I don't know how tall the gnome is. I don't think Ben ever gave him a height.
We're gonna assume that he's like 2 to 3 feet.
I don't know. Wouldn't he be bigger than that? Gnomes are effectively just less burly dwarfs. At least in D&D.
So we are going to assume that, yeah. Okay, so we are going to say, so she's now going to be let off, and next will be Ben's turn, if Ben's still here.
So yes, unless you need Cardrick for something, I'm going to disappear back into the audience.
Don't need
I guess
Cardrick anymore. Alright, Ben is
Or
good.
you need
Okay, good.
I guess.
Okay, so where were you when people were arriving? Ding dong.
Hold on, you can hear me, right?
Yes, now I can hear you.
That was weird.
So if you're out in the field, you were basically being passed by a half-orc with mangled ears and a staff, and a odd being that you've never seen before, a purple dragonborn.
You kind of cut out there for me. My internet's pretty bad over here.
But yeah, you now have. But yeah, were passed by several.
Follow to see what all the commotion is about.
You walk into the main room to see a discussion about the leader, about who's going to be the new leader and all that.
Oh. Oh. Well, let's see.
And I'm going to say you are completely aware that Cardrick has been resurrected, and when he was resurrected, he wound up resurrected in his natural born form.
So I go, hello, Cardrick. Just say hello in general. Seems to be going on.
I'm just going to say that they're all greeting, and yeah, they are right now trying to figure out who's going to be the new leader.
Oh. Do I still have that 8,600 gold?
Oh yeah, you are still the freaking wealthiest person in the entire group. But then again, you were the one who actually went out and got a job and made money off of it.
Yeah. I mean, I could use my vast wealth to probably buy an army. He talks, right?
Okay, so okay, you know what? I'm gonna put Cody back in the chat because or you could buy gear.
I'm gonna spend some of it on gear and stuff. I want like a big ass sword. Armor.
Which is basically any sword bigger than you.
Essentially, I want a great sword, yes. Something that's like twice my size.
This is gonna wind up comically sized. So while everybody else is being serious and having a meeting, you are gonna go shopping.
I'm gonna get new weapons. We're gonna get new armor. Right? I realized last time me simply punching things just doesn't do it.
Yeah, I agree.
What kind of sword and stuff are we talking?
So what are you gonna go shopping for? That's the question.
Well, I'm gonna go to the blacksmith and order a great sword.
The blacksmith looks at you. Are you serious?
One great sword, please.
Are you sure?
Yes. And armor.
What, you want it the size of a giant too?
No. Armor that'll fit me, please.
Then don't you want a sword that would fit you?
Nah, I'm fine.
The sword looks at he looks at his apprentice like, are you seeing this? Okay. You realize you're gonna... Okay, anything else?
No, thank you.
Okay, he kind of like hesitates. The great sword will be 50 gold.
Alright. How much will the armor run me?
Okay, depends on what type of armor.
Steel.
Steel, okay. So like heavy armor?
Yeah. Sounds
Okay,
perfect.
well, we have ring mail, chain mail, splint, and plate.
Plate mail, please.
Okay, so your total is 1,550.
Alright. Not a problem. I pay the 1,000, yeah. 1,050.
The blacksmith proceeds to measure you and make sure everything is, right size. It should take a couple of days. Anything else?
Nope.
Would you like a frickin' giant-sized gauntlet so you can fit in the fingertip?
Sure.
I was joking. Are you serious? Please tell me you're joking. Please tell me you're joking. Okay.
Anyways, I say...
This should take a couple of days. Any specifications for the hilt or anything?
Huh.
All right. So is that all?
Yep.
All right, well, have a good day. We'll contact you.
You as well. And march off.
The blacksmith looks confused after you and then starts to work. All right, anything else? So I'm guessing you're just going to have a shopping trip today? Because you're the only one with actually any form of money?
Let's see. I'm gonna also go with my idea too and try to hire some people to like join the cause.
Well, you already have the entire city of 50,000, so.
Okay, cool. Well then.
I'm guessing you're gonna be sending out. Okay, he's not nude. He is not nude. Remember, he bought fancy clothing. He bought fancy clothing, and he's currently the most well-dressed out of the entire group. He did not hesitate to buy himself fancy clothing. Well-dressed in casual clothing, not in travel clothing. Don't need to get offended by that. Alright, so anything else you're gonna go doing?
Probably going to the back to the other place that I was just at.
Oh, so back to the manor?
Having the meetings. Yeah, the manor.
Alright, so when you return, you see that Brian has slinked off and is no longer harassing poor Knobs.
Oh.
Who is still nibbling on the fence post because it feels good in his gums.
You do that, buddy. You do you. So I casually ask, like, what's the plan so far that you guys have come up with?
Nick speaks up. So apparently, Meep and I are now the leaders.
Oh?
Yeah, Meep and I are now the leaders, so... Yay. Question mark.
Okay. Okay.
And... Oh, don't worry, it is Mushroom. It's a mushroom post.
So, now that you guys are the leaders, what's the next course of action?
Well, we're going to be heading out very soon. We now have a new comrade. She points her hand to the very, very purple dragon that has randomly shown up.
Hello?
This is Keithan. Her clan learned about our escapades and our plan for overthrowing my mother. So she is now going to partake in it.
Well then, okay. Cool. Glad to have you on board. I just ordered myself some new armor and a sword, so...
What kind of sword did you get?
Great sword.
Nyx gives you a blank look. Wait, you mean like a great sword made for gnomes, right?
Nope. Just a great sword.
How are you gonna wield it?
We'll get to that when we get there.
Okay.
So...
This is gonna wind up comical.
Maybe.
I am still wondering how in the world you're gonna wield it. You should have planned ahead. You really should have planned ahead.
It'll be fine.
Are you sure?
Yep. Just me make things go smash. Smash things now.
You're gonna be throwing yourself around. If you swing that thing hard enough,
I mean, yeah. Then I'll just use myself as the weapon.
oh, wow. You guys are so weird.
I mean, if I send myself flying hard enough, eventually it's gonna be like... If I fling myself hard enough, I could do damage, theoretically, right?
You are so weird.
I'm going to flail angrily.
You know, I just thought of an idea.
Hmm.
Why don't you go to Hemeth's and make yourself like this thing you can go inside of so you can wield the weapon? Like a pair of like what do you call it? Like robotic legs?
I mean, I could probably do that. I was
You
thinking
could,
of making a big giant laser.
I mean, you could add that to the robot.
That would be awesome.
Don't mind me, I'm just giving you ideas.
Oh no.
So there's an idea. You can go back to Hemeth's and work on that.
You go back. Newfound inspiration to go and make.
I don't know how it's gonna work, but I mean, I'm not an artificer, so
I am. I happen to be one.
yeah, I could kind of tell.
Oh, I wonder if I should also make, like, the whole thing. Just boots and everything, not just gloves. And just,
That's what my suggestion was, like a full suit.
yeah, make myself a little,
This is going to be very entertaining.
When I begin my artificer work, and go back to my, place where I normally work, and get working on it.
Out of all of us, you're the only one who got a job.
Right? I also have the money to invest in this kind of thing too, so... I'm basically Tony Starking this motherfucker.
Oh my, who is Tony Stark? Little fourth wall break right there, bud. And I'm pretty sure anyone listening is like, who the fuck is Tony Stark? Do they have a new person in their group? Alright, so go have fun.
Yeah.
I mean, you could also help your allies get better armor.
I mean, true. Oh, genius idea.
I mean,
What if I fund it where we get like 9 or 10 of these suits, but not just for me?
And the entire group has that.
Yeah.
And now my brain is picturing Globagol moving faster while being in that.
Just make everybody mech suits, man. What could go wrong?
I mean, you're an artificer. There's generally very little rules involving being an artificer.
I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna make everybody fucking mech suits.
Okay, well, you have fun with that.
But I also put in, like, a jetpack.
What's a jetpack?
to fly.
You mean like a levitation spell? I mean, I could help you with that.
I mean, if I put it in the... Yeah, maybe.
I mean, it's not levitation. The levitation. I mean, I also have the reverse gravity spell, so.
How would I take that and put it into the mech suit?
I mean, you could try and make a rune. We just had a wizard show up, so more than likely he has like the spell written down, so we could probably figure out how to put it inside the suit itself. And how to activate and deactivate it. Yes, when the freaking spellcaster and the artificer start working together, people. Well, one of the spellcasters.
Well, how much do you think this would all run? Wonder.
I have no idea because I've never seen mech suits before.
So let's see. Make the mech suits for the entire group. So we'll begin going and working on that.
Also, do remember that we have a new dragon friend, and we have a new orc friend. You're gonna have to get the measurements. Unless you manage to figure out how to make it so that way it basically will just adjust onto their body.
True.
That way you don't have to go around and measure everybody.
I think. Yeah. I'll just go to my lab and design a couple things.
Alright, you can do that. I'm just gonna listen to this half-orc argue about the leader thing. And he doesn't know the group. He doesn't know the group. Maybe one day he'll understand that you need to know the group to become a leader.
Yeah. Have me and my boys. I'll have my boys write up a couple of blueprints and we'll see what happens.
And also, as the GM, I am over here like, we just spent the entire turn discussing how to commit war crimes.
Oh yes, Geneva Convention is straight out the fucking window.
I mean, you are an artificer, so just having an artificer on a team that is gonna try overthrowing Loth and the matriarchy is pretty much just you're asking for it.
Cool, so we're not committing war crimes. Sweet.
Well, also do remember that Dawnbringer now has an animated armor, so. Alright, so are we gonna say you're done with your turn?
Yep.
I'm gonna count that as Nyx's turn because she helped you come with an idea. So, it's Meep's turn. So I'm gonna say it was Nyx's turn. Boom. Boom.
About frickin' time. God.
Well, you got. This is a very this is not Warcraft. Very roleplay heavy session right now, I noticed.
No, I noticed, and that's fine.
Honestly, I do like having roleplay heavy sessions because it also helps with character development.
Yeah. Well, it's like we have all these new people. Ugh,
I'm gonna
pardon.
remove Knobs from the turn order because I'm just gonna. He can't really do much, so he's just gonna nibble. He's gonna go get food. He's gonna nibble on the fence
To
post.
be fair, he's been perfectly happy to nom on wood for a little while. That's fine.
Although I'll just say at this point, one of the maids is like, we have actual food. And he's like, food, and goes with them for food. Do remember he's very emaciated.
Yes.
Turtle Boy is right now staring at me. Fine, I'll move that. He's straining his neck to look past my phone to look at me. I have never. Oh, I'm sorry. All I did was put those down. He freaking jumped out of his skin when I put down my those little stones the worry stones that you can rub on when you're stressed out.
Yeah.
I put it down on the desk, and the freaking turtle jumped out of his skin. All right, so yeah, now that that's happened, you have watched our favorite tiefling torment poor Nubs.
Yeah, she was just kind of like saying, ugh. I'm sorry, today's been a long day. She's been sitting back kind of like munching on her snacks while she was watching that. And then
now Nubs is going to eat.
Yeah. And she was just kind of wondering how the meeting was going, and
yeah, you just watch two people walk in. One of them actually is kind of standing out from the entire group, well, the entire thing, with straight up purple dragon.
the purple,
And the only other purple being you've seen was Nyx, with kind of a gray purple skin.
yeah. The dragon lady stands out, so it's like, oh. She's new.
Yeah, you saw a half-orc with mangled ears go by and a staff, demanding attention. Senpai noticed me!
Yeah, she watched him pound on the door for like a little bit before he was let in.
And then Nyx decided to pull a frickin' Angela from The Office.
I haven't watched enough of The Office. But I guess she will venture in herself to see what's going on. As she wasn't a part of any of those conversations beforehand, and she has an insatiable itch that needs itching. I wonder what's going on. Walks in the door.
Honestly, knowing Meep, I literally just pictured her just like forgetting to open the door and walking into the door.
Just
Wonder what's going on, smack.
oh great, I have to open it.
Oh, so you literally are having her do that.
She's kind of dopey. Why not?
Okay.
Right. And she kind of like reaches up to grab the handle because like things are still a little tall for her. Also, apparently, as a fact about the character, Pico is about like 3'6", so she does fit about the height that I wanted her. So
This is what I'm talking about. Nick, that's what Nyx basically did to the half orc.
Hey, how you doing? Move.
And actually, I think it's roughly the same size difference because she's 4'8" and he's 6'3".
Oh yeah, because of the half orc thing.
So yeah, Nyx reveals to you that apparently both you and her have been chosen as team leaders now that Cardric has chosen to just stay in the town. The purple dragons name is Keithan, and the half-orc's name is Orym. And he's weirdly insistent on being the leader of a group that he literally just met.
Meep would raise her brows at the half-orc and go, uh-huh. She greets the new dragon lady. Hello.
In the
And
meantime,
then
Nick,
looks up.
in the meantime, Nick's is staying by the dragon lady because it's just like, hey, guess what? Fellow purple people.
It's the Purple People Squad.
One-eyed, one-horned, flying purple people eater.
But she basically kind of pondered the idea of leading the group.
I mean, we'd be co-leaders.
Well, not that I don't have a problem with that. It's just I'm not kind of the leading type. But I mean, again, with Cardrick, if you ever need, the help, I guess I'm clever enough. She kind of like crosses her arms and like, raises her head. So I guess the plan is to continue doing what we were doing, taking out the mean queen lady.
Not exactly. My mother's not exactly a queen. In fact, she's nowhere close to being queen. But if she really wanted to, she would try.
Right. Well, either case, you know what I mean. The reason why everything is held down here. I mean, other than it being, you know, ugh.
So both of us team leader.
Yeah. And she like shakes her hand on it. So
They're insisting you because insisting me because of my knowledge of the Underdark, insisting you because of your being, what's the term? Hype man? Morale. I think that's the term I'm looking for.
Oh. So kind of like a cheer person, kind of.
Yeah, the person that
She kinda
keeps
like
everybody from getting depressed.
Right. I don't know. I seem to do that while just standing around somehow. And she just kind of like stares blankly for a moment before stepping back too. So I guess the new people are coming with too.
Yes, they are.
Ew.
I have
get a
no idea what Dragon Lady does. I'm guessing that Orym is a sorcerer.
Could kind of tell from the stick.
Yeah.
As for the dragon lady, she has to be at least partially magical. Has to be. It's a dragon thing.
At least what I'm getting from her vibes, and yes, they're talking about her while standing next to her. Shut up. At least what I'm getting from her vibes is she has very much a feeling of, looks like some form of martial combat.
She kind of like places her hand on her hip, just kind of like,
We'll find out.
Yeah.
Soon enough.
I mean, if she punches things good, that's fine.
I mean, I'm not getting bad vibes off of her.
No, she seems alright.
In the meantime, poor Keithan is standing nearby like, well, they're all, yep, indeed, thank you. You're welcome. Keithan, I'm sorry.
Welcome to the group, Catherine. I mean, Catherine.
Cathan. Yeah, they're
And then
both
he's
just
stuck in
standing
his
there
people
talking
about
about her
how
like
much
she's not there. Kethin. Kethin.
Catherine. Catherine? Catherine. Eh. Sorry if I'm not saying much. Like, my brain is like,
Your brain is going. Brrr.
yeah, just.
So, looks like that's our plan. And we're gonna be finding Vizrin.
Mm-hmm. Like I said, I'm not good with the planning stuff, but I can definitely at least help. At least I can shoot stuff good. Um, although Meep does kind of pout for a moment, just like, but does he have to stay? I mean, the whole.
He's choosing to stay because already, like 4 times in the meeting, he forgot that he was supposed to breathe.
I know that's a problem, and he has to get used to being the flesh and blood thing. But.
Nix puts her
mean,
hand on Meep's shoulder. We need to cut the umbilical cord, okay?
she kind of pouts a little more.
Silver lining. Do we know if his old body survived the fire?
No, I kept that safe.
And then she takes out of her satchel. This is what's left of his newer body. And just it looks like a dish rag. A worn down dish rag at this point.
Only it's really shiny. Except for where it's burnt. Wow. So that was him blowing up? Holy crap!
Yeah, he blew that up. He wanted to protect the people he cared about, namely you. Did not really care for the rest of us, but he wanted to protect the people he cared about.
Meep just smiles wide at that. It's like,
And he blew up the giant mushroom.
did they say something about there being a mushroom god up there or something?
Yeah, he killed her. He killed the god
Whoa.
in the explosion.
She kind of just like shocked for a minute. Like, it's probably the biggest explosion I've ever seen in my life. And I've seen a lot of explosions.
Also, do remember that there was spores in the air.
No, that too, but
Yeah, spores and sulfur in the air. And he made everything go boom. But you do realize she's gonna respawn at some point. She's gonna come back at some point.
oh, like when?
It could be right now. It could be centuries from now. It could be eons from now. That's the thing about gods, is they will come back, but it depends on how long.
He looks worried about it for a moment and then just kind of shrugs. I can't
If
worry about it right now.
If anything, we got look at our team.
Ugh. Well, when do we head out then? I mean, it's gotta be soon, right?
Yes, we'll be heading out very soon. Karjak's gonna stay here. He's gonna build the army. I may have given Gerd an idea.
Alright.
Well, we're gonna have to hold off until Gerd gets his weapons and stuff, which won't be done until tomorrow. And he decided to go because of my suggestion, based on, the fact that he wanted to get himself a great sword. Not a great sword for a gnome, a human-sized great sword.
She kind of tilts her head. It's like, yeah, the name is weird.
So I suggested to him, what if he builds himself a suit to wield it? Like we have for Dawnbringer. He decided to make all of us ones.
What?
He decided to make all of us suits.
Like, Mickey armor thing, like the
like
talking sword
Dawnbringers.
has,
Like Dawnbringers.
but I can set it.
Yes. And I suggested to him, make it so that it forms to the body.
I would like to be able to lift heavy.
And it's and yeah, he decided to roll with it. I suggested it, he's rolling with it. So I think I don't know if I did it bad. Did I do it bad? Did I do it bad? I don't know. Is this a bad or a good? What do you think, babe?
Well, depends on how long it takes him for him to finish. I mean, he did get stuck in the town for a while before.
He finished his entire thing within. Remember all those things he made? That was half a day.
Those flashy bomb things?
All the flash bombs, all those weapons, Dawnbringer's body, all that in half a day.
You can hear dial-up noises in Meep's head.
Yeah, he's that good. I'll give him credit for that. He's that good.
I'll have to believe you. Wow.
Yeah, tell me about it.
She's just getting front-loaded a lot of information today.
Well, also, do you remember that at that time she was in the manor just getting drunk?
Right. Oh, yeah. She was partying the entire time.
Yeah, she was partying with Matt's character. Oh my gosh, baby, I can't hold you right now. I have never had. Oh my gosh, it feels like it's like the umbilical cord has stretched too far, and he's literally on my desk. He's right in front of me on my desk, and he's demanding attention.
I want to be on desk. Play with me, mommy.
He's on my desk. I am sitting at my desk. There is 3 inches between us.
Is he walking on the keyboard yet?
No, he's right now in his tank.
Oh.
Like his little tank, and he's desperately trying to get out to get to me.
Anyways. Well, I guess she's just kind of looking around, looks up at the dragon lady, and then just kind of like looks down a little bit.
Want to go shopping with the dragon lady? Let's see if we can find Gerd and persuade, and all three of us ladies persuade him into buying us new stuff.
She kind of raises a finger for a second and then goes, I do like not spending money.
Just, persuade all three of us ladies persuade Gerd to buy us stuff because he's currently the richest out of all of us.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because he makes a lot of money from all the stuff he can make. He really is that good.
By the way, out of character, he has 7,542 gold.
Damn.
Nyx
I
has
thought he was in the.
Nyx has only like 100.
I thought he was in the tens of thousands.
He did go through a spending spree. So, do we want to do that? Do we want to persuade him?
What do you think, Dragon Lady?
Gerd was the gnome that I was speaking to earlier. Maybe I just pulled Cody up so that way, because he's actually involved in this, because his character's involved in this conversation.
The character's just been standing in the scene. Just.
Yeah. Gerd is the gnome I was talking to earlier.
Yeah, he's the weirdo that can build stuff.
Interesting.
He's currently the richest out of all of us. When I was talking to him, he said, he's like, oh, how much will 8,000 gold cover? Let's talk him into buying us stuff.
I'm not in particular need of anything, personally.
Who's ever in the need. When I was at the surface, I managed to sweet talk several people to buy me stuff.
I love the image of the kind of blank, confused expression on her face right now. If the hand wraps, leg wraps, and generally form-fitting clothing aren't anything to go by, she's a monk. She's...
Yep.
She has
You
lived
wouldn't get that right away, but she will eventually.
Huh?
Meep doesn't get that right away, but she will eventually, but she just kind of like finds her pretty. Ugh.
I'm pretty sure a lot of people find her pretty. Because, seeing because purple dragonborns are very rare.
Yes, they are, because their element is incredibly rare.
Yeah, plasma.
Yep.
Which is kind of weird because you have plasma in your blood.
It's a different kind of plasma.
Yeah.
It's just hotter fire.
I know.
Anyways.
Her general scales are a lighter purple, while her underbelly is a borderline lavender.
Ooh. So the contrast would be a little more drastic than the pick.
Young purple dragons have a very, very strange happening for their scales.
Mm.
And they just generally all get darker overall over time.
That tends to be a general rule of dragons, to be perfectly honest.
He's still relatively young.
Mm-hmm.
It's up to you.
I mean, you can come with us and at least get free stuff.
I suppose I can join, if only to meet the rest of the people I will be traveling with. She is, as of currently, very dry.
With the two of the most spastic, friendly people in the group.
dog in a machine.
One
and
derp,
made it
one
very
social butterfly.
I wouldn't exactly say that Nyx is social butterfly. It's more of the fact that she has been around. She's like 180 at this point, and so she's been around long enough to actually learn how to adapt socially. Okay, so we're gonna go shopping. If anything, we could probably find something to do so we can make money and do stuff.
Well, that's if we can't find him. I'm pretty sure he wouldn't be that
He
hard
went to
to find.
Hemmett's.
No,
Hammett-
what are we waiting for, girls? Let's go.
Nyx grabs the arm of Kethin and just like, come on! I haven't had a girl's day out in 50 years.
I haven't had a girl day out in. She kind of like holds a finger to her lower jaw. When has it been? Ever?
So yeah, now Kethin is being dragged along, and I'm guessing it's going to say Orem's turn. He just he just witnessed Kethin being basically kidnapped by the two other girls in the group. Alright, so I'm gonna move you guys to audience, and next will be there we go. Alright, so next is what your mic is muted. Okay, so what you just witnessed is they've basically accepted the fact that they're both now leaders of the group and basically just kidnapped Kethin. Deciding to go shopping and on Gerd's expense.
He kind of starts following after them. He's really slow though. It's just like, where for this? I'm doing exactly how the
I just realized I have two Gerds on the screen. Hold on.
Oh, wow.
There's one Gerd at Hemeth's and then one Gerd next to you. Let me readjust that. You're having a hard time breathing because now you're chasing after three women.
Yeah, not to mention he doesn't have a high deck, so he's just kind of he'll kind of lose him like halfway through the run, and just kind of like be stuck on one of the bridges and be like,
there's no bridge.
Well, I mean, like right here, these.
Under the archway.
Yeah, he'll just kind of like be there and just be like, where the fuck did it go? And I guess from there he'll kind of look for. To be honest, he doesn't remember the city like he used to.
It has changed a lot since you were last here.
Also considering the fact that all of the messengers got eaten, so any updated maps got eaten with them. So, shit, he doesn't have any money either.
And you just overheard them talking about going on Gerd's pocket, out of Gerd's pocket.
Yeah, I guess he'll go check up on his old friend, the Red Dragon that's underneath the hill. Because,
Thunderchad? I'm sorry,
yeah,
Thunderchad. Thunder Chad.
Yeah.
A name that's stuck because of Al's misspeak.
So he'll just kind of walk in all nonchalantly and like looking around for the cultists.
There's none.
What?
Minus the
Yeah,
two
he's just
that
like
were
very
at
confused.
the minus the two that were at the manor. There's no cultists.
Yeah, he's just like looking around like, where did they all go? I swore there were like, there's at least 6 of them around here. He's just like kind of looking around corners, like peeking, like trying, like peeking in, like, where the, are they hiding? Is this a surprise birthday party?
But yeah, you see
Oh.
Thumberchad with a hatchling. Which last thing you knew was an egg.
When did you become a dad?
My former acolytes stole my child, took off, and decided to try to kill my child by pumping him filled with evil.
Thumberchad, what if I told you about eating the people who give you food?
I didn't. First of all, you've never talked to me about that. Second of all, I
told the
wasn't
acolytes
the one who
about it.
killed them. It was the group that's up at the manor that did. They did it because they were actually trying to kill my child.
Well, they at least could have brought the bodies back.
According to them, the bodies were on fire. Were nothing more than ash left.
That's like tricky. You like that? You actually like eating fried chicken, but I don't know. So you don't have anybody to bring your food anymore, I'm guessing.
I guess I'm gonna have to hunt for myself.
He kind of looks. He kind of slowly turns back towards the tiny hole that is the cave. Then looks back at him, into the cave, and back at him.
You realize the hole of his cave is actually big enough for him to go in and out of because he keeps the kilns on fire.
Yeah, no, I understand that. It's just like he's gotten chunky, so he's kind of like, you sure you're gonna fit?
Yes, I have to keep the kilns lit.
He kind of measures. He kind of puts his hands up and measures it.
You realize your hand is small compared to me.
Generalization. Come on, you're a dragon. You should know this.
Well, I am trying to take care of my child right now, and you come moseying on in.
It wasn't. I didn't even know you had a. Most of the mail that I've been getting has been getting eaten, so you know it's kind of hard to know when you have a kid.
I mean, technically not mine. It was brought from the surface to try and overthrow me, but still my child.
Yeah, still, but you know it's kind of hard to know when stuff happens when your mail's kind of getting eaten by thunderbats and demigorgons. Apparently that's a thing now. Did you know that there was now a
They
demigorgon?
accidentally released the demigorgon.
Yeah, I didn't know that there was one apparently in the lake.
Yep.
Would have been nice to know about that.
Yeah, I had no idea until they came in and said they accidentally released it by throwing people's bodies into the lake.
Wait, so the party that I've been assigned to threw bodies into the lake and summoned a demigorgon?
They were attacked.
Oh god, what have I got myself into?
They were attacked by the Koatoa.
Yeah, but still, oh, okay.
Well,
okay.
thanks to them, Hemeth is alive.
I mean, yeah, it's a good thing. Kenneth is a good guy and all, but I mean, come on. Really? A demigorgon? We have to deal with that now? Oh, okay.
You don't have to deal with it right
Okay.
now. We're not exactly in a rush.
Yeah, but I'd rather not have it come running through the town screaming and eating people when,
Well, it's right now busy
we have
focusing on the Koatoa.
and how long it's talking about. Anyways, I don't exactly have any money. I'm not asking you for any. I just wanted to know if you knew of anybody who needs some help around here that, might have some connections that we can use for
I
later on.
mean, you could help Hemeth out.
I mean, yeah, there's Hemeth,
His
but I
family
mean,
did a pretty good job running it while he was captured.
well, we're currently trying to build an army right now, and we're looking for some connections that we could probably use for later on. I didn't know if you knew anybody that may have came and talked to you or anything like that.
Well, besides the group that came here, not really.
Yeah.
They're gonna be going to find Vizerin at some point.
Oh God, Vizerin, really? That old fool?
He's a bit of a madman, but he'd be proof helpful for them.
Yeah, but really? Why did it have to be Vizerin? Why couldn't it be Cordell?
Cordell's been dead for a century.
Seriously? No. I swear. I swear. These messages just keep getting fucking eaten. I didn't even know he was dead.
Literally eaten.
Yes. So we're stuck with Vizerin. We are literally stuck with Vizerin.
Yes, we are.
How much stuff has he fucked up since I've been away?
Well, he currently has the High Priestess, Maltherenith, hating him greatly. Made a big enemy of her.
You could stop right there. That's already the biggest problem that we have.
You realize everybody in this entire city has made an enemy of Maltherenith.
Yeah, I understand that, but that means when we get there, we're gonna have problems.
Oh, we're gonna have lots of problems anyway.
Any other issues that you may have started that I need to fix now?
Well, not just you. Well, besides the Demogorgon, they have decided that they're gonna go up against Loth.
He just kind of sits there stunned and looks at him.
Yeah, they're right now working on becoming powerful enough to fight Loth.
He kind of just starts walking back and forth and shaking the stick, shaking the staff. Okay.
I mean, good on them. They have goals.
Yeah, but okay. Oh, okay. He kind of starts like shaking his body. Okay. Fighting a god. Okay. No, you got this. You got this. You fought worse. You fought the mushroom. You've done worse.
Also, this group destroyed Zuckmoy. You know, the Myconoid goddess of madness.
Yep, I know that one.
They killed her.
I know. He's still kind of hyperventilating up against the wall. Okay.
Do not underestimate this group. They are weirdly strong.
I'm not. I'm just extremely fucking terrified of what Lava's gonna throw at us. And, the other gods. The ones that purposely put her in the nine hells.
To let you know, if even with Miss Therenith in the group, it appears Loth is just biding her time watching.
I mean that's helpful, but still the other gods are gonna be so pissed. Oh, they're gonna be so pissed. Oh,
They
that's
all
like
are.
Tiamat. Oh God, no. Oh God, no, not Tiamat. Oh.
Knowing
Okay.
them, they probably would wind up beating Tiamat.
I know. Still, Tiamat's gonna be so pissed after we kill Loth. Okay.
Do you think she
I
would
gotta be on
care?
myself for that.
She and Loth do not like each other. Do you think she'd care?
This is like the only rubies that they have. What is Loth gonna go do? Talk to the other demons? What is Tiamat gonna go do? Talk to the other demons?
Nope. I mean, at least with Loth's case, because she is a demonic prince, yeah, she would actually talk to the other demons. Which means already she knows that Zuktmoy is dead, and she already knows that this group ran away from the Demogorgon.
Okay, I need your advice on something. Do you know if the library that Bandrin made is still around? The magical one.
Vizerin?
The one in the Vizerin, yes. The one that he made. Is it still around?
Yes, he's actually managed to teleport it back into his tower.
Oh, thank God. Okay, so maybe we have a chance then if I can get some stuff from there. Okay, that
He
that
did
lessens the hit a little bit.
accordingly, he did booby trap his tower, so.
No, completely fine. Completely fine. As long as that library's still there, we're good. We're good if that library's still there. Okay. Thank you for that info. He kind of just starts slowly hobbling out, and he's still kind of like in shock of like, oh God, I'm gonna have to play several gods now.
You should have asked the group what they faced against before you.
Well, no, he knows that. It's the fact of now he has to fight multiple possible named and known gods. You know, Tiamat, Lot, probably out there some of the high end gods that are probably going to get pissy because knocking the balance out of order.
You realize at this
So
rate, they're probably going to become gods.
Yeah, that's another reason why he's kind of scared. So he's just going to go to Vision's place and hope and pray that he doesn't, throw himself out a window.
Are you done having an anxiety attack?
Slightly, yes.
Alright, so go enjoy. Enjoy your time together.
Well, he's going to the artificer place. So
Oh, hey, they also gave me this, and he holds up this, like, for him it's a tiny sliver, but for you it's actually a pretty good sized jerky, and he's like, this is what the surface dwellers call beef. They encountered the group, while they were traveling, encountered a surface dweller who just so happened to have some food. Beef is good. Would you like to try it?
I already know what beef tastes like, but thank you. And he just kind of like slowly starts walking out of the cave.
He shrugs and just feeds the slice of beef to his child. Alright, so I'm guessing your turn is over now that you've had an anxiety attack.
Yeah, slightly. Yeah, just having a slight panic attack as he goes to.
Alright, so next is Brian. Hold on, you gotta get on stage. Is he alive? Because it's Brian's turn. There we go. Alright, so it's your turn. You just watched a purple dragonborn get dragged off by Nyx and Meep while talking about getting stuff on Gerd's dime.
Oh, that poor creature. Couldn't happen to a better thing.
And they were talking about how Nyx was talking about how she hasn't had a girl's day out in 50 years. And Meep could not remember when her last girl's day out was.
Well, they're definitely going to have fun because Meep's going to torture that poor creature to death.
In the meantime,
And they say, I'm evil.
In the meantime, you watched one of the staff members of the manor come out and tell Knobs, "Hey, you know we've got food, right?" And Knobs is like, "Yay, food!"
You know, well,
So
I can see on my way to the smithies, like I was planning on before.
all right, let's go ahead. So you're heading to where again?
Same blacksmith that made my lovely, fun new toys.
Oh my god, I forgot where I put the blacksmith. I'm gonna assume right there. Okay, so you're gonna go. So you're not gonna go to Hemet's. You're gonna go to the blacksmith. I want to clarify that.
Yes.
All right. So yeah, you go to the blacksmith, and the blacksmith looks like he's doing something, and he's like, "Oh, hey, how are you today?"
I'm good. Just came to have my new toys checked for any damage.
All right. I'll have my apprentice do this. A gnome just asked for a great sword. The apprentice walks off. Is like, "Okay. I shall check on it for you."
Didn't catch that.
All right. So he checks the stuff for you. They're actually pretty in good condition, minus a couple dings. But because the dings are so small, they just like, you know what, we'll just do this on the house because it only requires like 2 hits.
Okie doke. Hand over me new toys.
And the apprentice knocks the couple of dings out like there's nothing.
I love that sound.
There we go, it's over there. Anything else?
Nope. Just wanted to have my equipment checked.
Yeah, you only have a couple of dings in your equipment.
Good. Maintained equipment is happy equipment.
Oh, absolutely. Would you? He holds the blacksmith comes over holding a wrapped sword. Could you bring this to your gnome friend? The armor's gonna take a little bit, but here's a great sword for him, which is a standard size great sword. You've seen the gnome. It's bigger than the gnome. Can you bring this to him?
Yeah, I'll bring that to him. Can't wait to watch him try and wield it.
I wish there was a way you could, show us it. Show us him wielding it, because this is going to be entertaining. But yeah, let him know that we managed to finish the greatsword early because we had an order for a greatsword, and the person decided that they did not want it.
Not a problem. I have no problem delivering it for you.
and let him know that the armor is going to take a little bit because we are a little short on supplies. We need more metal.
I'll let him know.
All right, and let him know that we'll like give him money back if he manages to collect some like iron or something like that.
Not a problem. I'll tell him everything you told me to tell him.
All right, have a good one.
Thank you, and you have a pleasantly fun day.
We will.
Adios.
All right. Bye.
Back out the shop.
All right. And I'm pretty certain you probably assume that they're down at Hemmett's.
I'm assuming he's wherever his little house is.
All right, so you head down and you find him at Hemmett's, where
I knock on
he is
the door.
currently being harassed by the girls. Because, you know, you can, with using the excuse of, you can spare this. Well, at least mainly Nyx is making this point. But you can spare this.
I walk up and I tap the wee little man on the shoulder.
So you're gonna go to Ben's character. Hold on, I'm gonna pull Ben to the stage. There we go. Yeah, chinos. All right, so yeah, Joe's character is getting your character's attention.
Hello there, little man.
So,
I see you being harassed by the hens.
yeah. Just what I
Oh,
was
by the way,
through as well, man.
I was asked to deliver this to you.
Oh,
And drops the great sword in his tiny little hands.
Which
he
you hear,
backs off.
which you hear snort behind you when Nyx sees this.
He backs off because his suit isn't quite ready yet. I was just getting to my one of my most important trials yet. Putting a levitation rune onto normal spring rocket boots. Spring-loaded boots.
Okay. The blacksmith said your armor will be ready in a little while. They're just getting short on metal.
I wasn't really thinking of making a whole frame. Maybe just like a skeleton.
And did I hear you say spring-powered boots?
Spring-powered boots.
Why would you need spring-powered boots?
I can jump even farther into the air.
Dude, you can barely jump 6 inches.
That's what levitate is for.
So you can go smashing into the ceiling and turn yourself into a standard pancake. We will have a ceiling cake.
Of course, I'd have different settings for the springs.
I'll just remember to carry a spatula for you.
Alright, so
That way, if I gotta scrape you off of anything.
fair point. I must get back to my research.
You're excited for these things to exist and you haven't even researched how to do it.
Yes.
Well, that's probably the hen's fault.
I still haven't figured out the arms.
Boots are gonna have arms now. Oh boy.
Making a mech suit for everybody.
A what?
Mech suit.
What is a mech?
A mechanical machine.
Why would we need a mechanical machine? We all have physical bodies.
It could be extra armor added on.
And which would make us slower.
I'll work out the kinks later.
Okay, when you're in whatever level of whichever afterlife you're going to, work the kinks out there. I prefer to be able to move and dodge and react and do all the things I normally do. Thank you very much.
Okay.
I'm going to go back to have fun with the hens.
Yep,
Bye,
yep.
ladies.
Well, it looks like we're not gonna have any luck. Because he's so focused on the mech suit, I suggested.
I mean, y'all need gold. Give you each 200.
I mean, that sounds fair.
You got the money to spare, man. I'm rich as shit.
Okay, that sounds fair.
And you each 200 gold. For the confused dragon that's just kind of staring nearby. I just hand her 200 gold.
So now everybody has all three of the women have 200 gold.
Yep, and so does Brian. And it
Okay.
That's minus
Hey, not a bad fee for delivering something so simple.
Hey man, it helps the whole party.
Considering I'm right behind you in funds.
75.
Okay, so thank you, Gerd.
Not a problem. I would like your help later in figuring out my new boots.
Of course. Remember, I'm actually pretty adept with this magic thing, because remember we gave Dawnbringer her own body.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
So yeah, I'll gladly help you out.
I was thinking of making boots that would make it possible for me to just kind of levitate off the ground.
I mean, we already discussed this, so.
Let me think. Maybe if I just remove the springs and just put levitate on.
But yeah, just send somebody to come get me. I will be with the others in the shopping district.
Alrighty then. I'll get back to working on this.
Alright. I'm pretty sure at this point, Orem has heard about her helping Gerd with Dawnbringer, giving Dawnbringer a body. Alright, so yeah, the girls, she drags the poor confused new member of the group back up to the shopping district. We're gonna go shopping!
Oh boy.
So,
Sorry
so
about that,
now,
I'm back.
so now Ryan has delivered.
Delivered what I was asked to deliver.
And I'm pretty sure
Got
you're
paid
probably looking at,
200 gold.
and you're now probably looking at the knick-knack paddywhack, give a dog a bone.
Watching the poor purple creature
Get dragged off by the
get dragged
Nyx.
off by what looks like a giggling buffoon.
It's just Nyx. You know, with the missing, having her left ear shriveled by acid. Alright, so next is Keithan's turn. Yeah, wait, first check. Are you done with your turn?
I said I was going back to the mansion.
Okay, so you're going to the mansion, and are you just gonna chill?
I'm going to go to the mansion. I'm going to set up my own little home, and I'm going to relax inside.
Okay, so I'm gonna say you're about right there. Actually, I think if I remember correctly, you actually chose like a couple blocks away, because the fact that you would wind up blocking the street or just straight up blocking the house.
Yeah, there's a vacant property marker there.
Alright, next will be Zikora's turn. Alright, so it's now Keithan's turn.
Yes, Catherine.
Catherine. Sorry.
I will keep correcting that one. I'm not willing to give up on my character's name so much.
Alright, so Catherine is now being dragged off again.
This confused poor dragon lady.
Just joined the group and is now being dragged around by Nyx and Meep.
Goes to join group as warrior and assistant, has become a girl's day choice. Is confused, yes. So yeah, she's being dragged around by Nyx and Nyx and Meep. Okay.
Alright, so you now have 200 gold, and you're shopping.
I guess. For what? I do not know. For what? Yes, that would probably be good, considering it would probably be good to have the Meep to bounce off.
But yeah, now that a lot of you are going shopping, she's gonna make sure you have a good time. You realize that.
Good luck. It is up to the Meep and the Nyx to make this very dry woman have a good time, I guess.
Dry indeed.
In the meantime, Nyx is like, oh my gosh, you look so pretty in this. Oh, this would so suit you.
She's sitting there being shown all this stuff. This would be incredibly inconvenient to fight in.
Oh, you don't need it. sometimes you don't need to buy stuff just exclusively to battle in. Sometimes you just want to look pretty. I mean, when in doubt, I can sew, so there you go.
I suppose. So I'd rather
think
not
I
be caught in
could.
this if I'm ambushed.
Because sometimes you just want to be pretty.
I suppose.
Ben, you are way down here at Hemeth's. We do not need 2 girds on the map.
It's like, oh god, he's multiplying.
But yeah, so she's like, oh, silver is definitely your color. Oh my goodness.
Say silver.
I mean, unless you would prefer gold.
No, silver matches my eyes.
Which are very pretty eyes. What do you think, Meep? I mean, we have the choice between this rather chunky silver necklace or this rather simple with a sapphire necklace.
Meep kind of like looks them both over sharply. Well, the silver is actually silver, but the gem is pretty big.
Yeah, and also she has the frills.
Oh, what about a gem that actually matches her skin color?
It blends right in, though. You know, like an amethyst
Well,
or something like that?
Not match literally, color. What do those fashion people call it?
Oh, if we
Color
could find lapis lazuli, that would actually go very well with the shade of purple she is.
Yeah.
It'll stand out, but at the same time blend in. You know, kind of like coincide with it.
Well, it's supposed to like kind of match it, almost.
As she just stands there like,
You don't always need things just for combat. Sometimes you do need something to look pretty for when you go to a formal event. I mean, your scales, on the other hand, make it look like you're ready to go to a royal ball, but...
Thank you.
And I say that with all sincerity.
I'd like to believe so, considering information has not led me to believe that you would be much of a swindler.
Swindler? In what world would I be a swindler?
You would not. Like my entire voice didn't go through for that statement.
What do you think outfits? Because she has the frills. Do you think we should do simple?
Actually, I think she'd probably prefer simple, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yes.
What do you do, Kevin?
What do you mean?
I'm a bard. Meep is a ranger.
Even though that she's just kind of wearing the blue dress.
By that type of statement, I would be a monk, I am trained in a particular style of fighting.
What style?
One that tends to be unique to my family.
Oh, I bet it's really unique. I have not seen a purple dragonborn, or purple dragon for that matter. In fact, your kind was believed to be extinct, like, eons ago.
Yes, thanks to that miserable sororiciding bitch.
Yeah. It's
She
glad
might
to
be
see.
dead.
It's glad to see that you're alive, though.
We're alive in places.
So besides, hearing about our plan to fight my mother, what brings you to our group? Like any besides fighting her, like what would you gain out of it?
My family believes that by assisting to place you or whoever you choose to be in some form of power, that it would greatly benefit our community as well.
Fair enough.
If only because your mother currently is collapsing everything around her.
She has gone quite insane since I left.
The family has taken note.
You make it sound like you're a mafia. Is that what you are?
I suppose that's one way you could put it, though I'm not entirely sure that is the most accurate term you could use.
But I kid you not, you really do sound like you're from the mafia. The family. She kind of pretends she has a pipe. The family has taken note of this. I'm sorry, it's just...
We are a rather large, extended group. And some of us via blood, some of us through choice.
And you all just work together, kind of like this slut does?
What, yes. On a much larger scale, though, it seems.
It definitely... This is not a large group.
Although I hear they've been making quite headwind.
Yeah.
We can get stuff done.
We
Kind
get
of
stuff
being the
done.
keyword.
The one the one that would be considered our leader, blew himself up fighting a god while we were fighting a god and the god's minions.
They blew the guy up.
Then he got up.
Well, I did kind of res him, so.
You notice that I thought they were gonna put him back in their old body, but I guess they didn't need to.
Well, unfortunately, the way that spell works is when you resurrect someone, it'll resurrect their old body.
Yeah, so they resurrected his old body.
Yeah, before the one he had before he died.
Before he was a teddy bear.
It's hard to explain. This literally happened before we even met each other.
Yeah, apparently.
It does sound exceptionally complicated.
It really is. I mean, he is also an entertaining being. He's not a bad guy, just entertaining.
Question mark. Question mark.
Yeah, you heard that, didn't you?
You could hear the large question mark following that statement from Nyx.
Meep
So,
raises
yeah,
a finger.
yeah.
He's nice enough.
Me
Says the
skeptical.
favorite. Says the favorite. And yes, that's out of character.
She kind of looks to her. I watched him blow Asha's head up. I am entirely aware he's not exactly 100% good, but neither am I. I mean, I'm no paladin, not like one of my sisters.
I was gonna say. I'm like, in Carter's defense, Asha was really starting shit.
Well, I was in the room. Asha was kind of being a bitch.
He was. Well, to be fair, I still think that the reaction was a bit extreme, but to be fair, she was saying, hey, don't go along with my idea or I may start killing people, in which case, I don't think any of us were having that.
I was gonna say.
And then as I resurrected her, I made sure that she felt every single molecule of her body being put back together.
That was
yes,
gross.
the good person scale. Yes, the good person scale.
Oh, I don't claim good. I don't claim evil. I am me.
I am definitely in the middle.
Yeah.
I do want the better for others. I do want to make sure everybody's okay. I am tired of how things are being run because it's putting through people a lot of suffering. There are people who are being enslaved. I've had to perform a few executions during my training as an acolyte, sacrificing innocent people to Loth. I'm not proud of that. And me running away did result in my father being executed, so. But I'll say this, I did take joy, well over 60 years ago, I actually did kind of take joy in one of my compatriots just constantly getting himself into trouble and ultimately getting himself, severely injured, and then I would heal him, and then he'd get severely injured, then I'd heal him, and I just took joy out of that.
So that probably drove you a little crazy, huh?
It was entertaining.
I'll take that as yes.
But it was his fault for being an idiot. It was his fault for grabbing an orb that the wizard said, don't touch. The wizard said, don't touch. Bad things will happen if touch. And he touched it. And got beat up.
Yeah.
I was just joking about the whole shadow thing. He got beat up by shadows.
That's interesting.
Yeah, the shadows of dead people came out and were like, don't touch my ship.
I think I saw that once.
As Beef has flashbacks to another life.
So what we learned is if the wizard plate does detect magic and says don't touch, don't fucking touch.
Do not touch. Get.
I'll not understand that. Where they are.
But I took joy out of his suffering. Like, not, sadistic joy. More of, ha 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 ha, consequences to your action joy.
Yeah, they kept doing stupid stuff.
He's now dead because, he was human, but, it happens. Humans die.
Inconsequential human suffering. Ha 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 ha.
Well, her response is more of the fact that, elves tend to have long lives.
Yeah. Like, That was the second thing that popped in my head. It's like, oh yeah, you outlive your friends.
All silly, pathetic humans existing. It's the fucking general way it sounded, I guess.
Yeah,
It is.
it's the
It's
general
actually kind
thought
of
process.
funny.
Go ahead.
It is really funny that all three of these characters can easily outlive a human.
Oh yeah.
Kind of how long kobolds can live.
Yep. Yeah, like kobolds live stupidly long. I want to say like their upper range is like in the 200s.
Which is kind of weird because they have the same lifestyle as goblins.
They basically have technically the same lifespan as goblins, if only because of the same kind of.
If
lifestyle.
goblins actually lived according to how they were, if they actually took care of themselves.
Yeah.
Honestly, I feel
Like
the whole
kobolds literally have me days. Well, not literally, but like in more of, hey, we're gonna take care of like shit.
But yeah, basically, kobolds are basically if the goblins actually did not do stupid shit causing themselves to die.
You should see some kobolds.
Kobolds technically do that, if only because like they literally dedicate their existence to a thing.
True.
Or basically to the nest, basically. The clan. Whatever they serve.
Yeah, the oldest lived goblin is 60 years.
Yeah.
That does honestly just make me wonder if goblins could live as long as elves and shit if they just didn't do so much shit that got them killed.
Well, actually, at this point, do they have just naturally short lives?
No.
Oh.
General life expectancy is like 26 years at max on general because they just get killed so much.
Well, it's the same thing with kobolds. Like,
and the oldest one had a heart attack while drinking at a bar.
Yep.
At 60.
Already like triple the fucking average lifespan.
Okay, so kobolds, according to the Volo's guide, about 120 years.
Yeah.
But rarely do so.
Suppose if you commit your life to something that is actually capable of protecting you extremely well, you probably could live longer.
If I think correctly, like, Urds tend to live a little longer. If only because, like, they have the abilities of, like, magic and shit.
Oh dear
Anyway.
God. I'm sorry, I'm just scrolling through D&D Beyond, and I completely forgot that anything can become a vampire. There's a kobold vampire spawn.
There is?
That's horrifying.
I'm going to reel us back into
I
the
need to see
Okay,
that
let's
now.
get back into the game. Anyway, so yeah, you guys are going shopping.
You guys are going shopping. Kethin is following very confusedly while being dragged.
And having them hold the stuff up to Kethin. Like, what about this? Does this look good? This looks good.
Yes, I'm using her like a confused mannequin.
You know what? Maybe I can make her a dress. For formal wear.
Great.
I mean, I made Cardrick's I'm not sure to say new body. I'm not sure to say new body. She pulls out of her satchel. Don't know why I'm walking around with this, but she holds up the spider a piece of the basically whatever's left of the spider silk body.
And to be fair, it was mostly, even after it came directly from the explosion, was like the upper torso and arm and like half of the face.
And also, I do realize now that the caltrops that were inside of him melted into the fabric.
Or what little there was in that area. I don't think he really had that many that was left. It was mostly in his torso, and that was gone.
Yeah, I made this was actually a teddy bear I made this for our friend before he got, a body.
After he blew himself up,
Yeah.
he went from teddy bear to exploded to alive.
Well, yeah, I could sell you a dress. Just give me any specifications that would look nice. I mean, if you survive long enough for us to overthrow my mother, you would want to wear something nice. Since I'd probably want both of you by my side.
You can just look at her face and hear the dial-up modem.
Nyx stands on her toes and snaps in front of her. Hello? Are you okay?
Did you just ask us, like, do you have anything specific you'd like for the dress? You can just hear the dial-up modem start.
Okay, let's start from the beginning. Anything simple.
She gestures to herself.
Yeah, I'm content with what I'm wearing.
Well, Meep kind of like leans back. It's like, well, don't you want anything like silky or soft or?
Yes,
Like
spider
even
silk is very,
comfy?
very durable.
Mm-hmm.
Just not kaboom proof. And she looks at the rag.
Not particularly kaboom proof.
Kaboom? Yeah.
She looks at the rag again. Now I just realized how weird it is that she looks at Meep. That both you and I are walking around with his skin.
You both just have a dead cartridge.
We're both walking around with his skin. You realize that, Meep. We're both walking around with his skin.
That's how the true leader was chosen for the group.
Just take the skin of the previous leader.
But yes.
I mean, I could probably make a replica of your current outfit in spider silk, so it's a little more sturdy. How does that sound?
Currently, my arm and leg wraps are already spider silk.
Your torso, what's on your torso could be spider silk.
I suppose. Yes, I suppose my shorts and my
Oh no, I gave Ella an idea.
Oh my god, that's hilarious.
Oh no.
Has it got so many whiskers? It looks like it's a rat. Oh yes. I suppose, yes, my chest wraps and my shorts could be spider silk as well.
All I need is some measurements, and that's all.
Probably once we settle in somewheres and we're not just walking around.
We can go back to the manor. Drithruth is a nice man.
We'll take your word for that.
And no, he's not helping us for the sake of, making sure that we don't get. Well, he's not helping us in a bad way. He is helping us in a way that he wants my mother overthrown.
This doesn't seem many do.
I look forward to her being overthrown. I know that sounds weird, now that I say it out loud.
Not really.
They drag her back to the manor. After getting whatever they want. What are the two that's with Nyx? Roll perception, or both.
shit, what the hell? I rolled 20 closed, I don't know why.
That's weird. Meep, are you gonna roll? Okay, so Meep notices that, yes, the frickin' milk cows,
Well,
the milk spiders. You guys notice the milk spiders are a little seem to be uneasy. Yes, they do have a specific breed of spider in the Underdark that you can milk from.
sounds so fucking gross, though.
It's allegedly it's supposed to taste like, actual dairy.
Okay. Ugh.
Because it's the Underdark, everything's weird. But you notice that Kethin and Meep notice that the milk cows are seem to be a little restless.
That's a tad disconcerting. Perhaps we should check out what's going on with that.
Alright. I'm gonna count this as all three's turn, okay? Because Meep, Nyx, and Kethin are all in a row.
Hmm.
Yeah, so you guys are gonna go inspect? Whoops. Got me to spook you, buddy.
Yes.
Alright, so you guys go to inspect. Roll investigation, you two.
Team.
18. Meep. Oh! So yeah, you guys see that the water has kind of gone up a little bit.
Hmm.
And you hear distant echoes of horror. Of not good things.
That sounds problematic. Any idea what that might be?
I honestly haven't a clue. Perhaps we should get the others?
That would probably be good. If only because that sounds like it's going to become a large problem.
It does sound like it's going to become a large problem. Yeah, I will go get Gerd from Hemmett's. You guys swing by the manor?
We'll follow the short one. Then yes, I will follow the tiny one.
Alright, so you guys are gonna follow Meep. So Meep is, yeah, you're gonna head that way.
And is following me.
And Meep, will be that be your turn heading to the manor? Yoo-hoo! Art thou alive?
Bedtime.
Hello?
There's a toolbar. I don't want to.
Hello? El? Ellen, Alice, El. Apparently that's not working.
I can't imagine.
Hello? I'm gonna shoot her a message.
I was going to say, until further notice.
Nope, we can't. At all.
We're having another mic derp, I see.
Yeah, I see that. Oops.
Oh, yeah.
Oops a daisy. Funny thing is, you guys have not explored all of Grocklestug.
I mean, I know why Cardrick has it. I don't know why nobody else has.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes. So yeah, you guys notice that the water level has raised and there's a distant sound of horror.
You hear horrible, 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 awful things.
Yep. Wonderful, horrible sounds.
Then we'll be following the short one.
So yeah, Nick suggested that you guys go back to the manor and get the people there from there, and she's gonna go to Hemet's and get Gerd. That's his name. Oh my god, for a second there I forgot his name.
Probably on our freaking entire team.
With that, I'm gonna have to call it good because I gotta get up early in the morning. So I will talk with you.
Well,
guys
on the bright
later.
side, we'll be at the top of the initiative.
Yay!
And you're gonna be entering a combat.
Right, the Demigorgons finally got off his fat ass. The next god on the checklist.
If you can.
Oh, wait, are we doing combat now? Or...
No, we'll be doing it at the next one because we're now at the top of the initiative, which would have Orem at the top of the initiative. And we'll call it a night.
You're gonna be up early anyway.
And now I shall allow everybody back into the party because, yeah.
Yep.
Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, and yeah, we're back at the start of the initiative, which has Orem at the top. And we're gonna be entering combat next session.
So, yeah.
Yeah?
I was thinking on like the gauntlets that I'm using or making, I put in levitate on them. Decrease the weight of the sword. I can't find any spells that I can use to actually increase my strength. I could put on it.
Well, besides enhance ability, which unfortunately is only a limited time spell.
Yeah.
Which makes me wonder how stuff like the belt of ogre strength or whatever the fuck it is that some of the people found there is how those get made.
Probably.
Yeah, would that be like feasible just to use levitate on the greatsword, but only like alter it so that it doesn't like float 60 feet in the air and actually like just swing down with it?
Puts levitate on greatsword, it just goes to the surface. People need me.
Walk in and you see a fucking gnome trying to jump in the air.
But yeah, now Meep and Kethin are seeing splash, splash, splash.
So splash, splash, splash in the distance.
Yep.
Not
and
good.
The water is rising up rather high.
Cody Brain's just over here like, fantastic, the Demigorgon has finally finished killing all the fish people.
He was done snacking.
Nom nom nom. Fish sticks.
Fish sticks.
Fucking long enough. Partridge sitting there in the mansion. Ah, yes, the next one on the checklist.
But he's not gonna be battling.
Yeah, he's a little incapable of fighting currently. Can you imagine him just sat at the mansion like fucking... He's just sitting there in his chair looking like Stephen Hawking, just smacking his drum and spells flying out.
He doesn't have the drum anymore, remember?
I know.
Yeah,
He doesn't have the
drum.
drum anymore, no. But he can get another one.
Yeah, that's true. What in the world is that noise? That was a weird noise. Turtle Boy says hi.
I'll hop off for tonight.
Alright.
Have a good night.
Have a good night.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
That was a mess.
That was a hot mess. But hey, at least it was a little more fluid with making sure that everybody had their turn.
Catherine is as dry as I imagined her.
Alright, thank you for watching and have a good night.